Gracias, Roberto, por estar con nosotros. Te lo agradecemos profundamente.
Muchas gracias por su introducción. Buen día a todos. Voy a hablar en inglés. What I really appreciate of this invitation is the possibility to be close to this community that you represent, that demonstrates the vitality of the digital transformation in Latin America and the Caribbean. And I'm very grateful and honored to speak in my capacity here. I would first like to express my feeling of solidarity with all of you, of the countries that have been hit by the coronavirus. Of course, Europe has not been spared. The European Commission has been really working hard with all the partners to actually lessen the consequences of this terrible pandemic. And of course, part of the response is helping, but also being close together in digital form, researching together, finding solutions together, understanding the data we have in front of us together. And this kind of cooperation we have planted through the years, we want to continue during the pandemic and hopefully very soon after the pandemic. I also would like to congratulate RedCLARA and Jean, who have responded fantastically to the unprecedented demand for digital services in the research and education community in this pandemic. As you might know, on the 19th of February, the European Commission has presented a new digital strategy for Europe, which is in a policy document which is called Shaping the Industrial and Technical and Digital Future of Europe. This new digital strategy covers everything from data, artificial intelligence, the introduction of blockchain, supercomputing, quantum, and there's one element which we are particularly proud of. Cooperation with our strategic partners, and especially cooperation with our long-standing friends in Latin America, which is one of the objectives. It's a long partnership which is based on common values, which is based on learning from each other. And in a time where, the word partnership, multilateralism seems to be a bit difficult to pronounce, I wanted to pronounce it loud. We are an open community. We are founded on friendship, on democracy and freedom. We know you are inspired by the same feelings and same fundamental values, and we must continue working together, even more now in these very difficult times. I would like to see our relationship growing, being even stronger, and looking at how we together can actually plant the seed of new cooperation in the area of telecom infrastructure, advanced telecom infrastructure, by using new technologies such as 5G, hyperconnectivity, in the area of supercomputing and artificial intelligence, in the cooperation in the area of regulatory matters, such as what is the role of platforms, how to regulate e-commerce, to look at cybersecurity as a global target for securing our societies, and also in terms of internet, to have an open and free internet everywhere. And last but not least, to cooperate in research and development by linking our communities, by using data, by understanding better what we do. Is connectivity, of course, the basis of everything. And that's why I really welcome the progress in the so-called initiative of the Bella cables that would link Europe and South America in a very, very stable and unprecedented way in terms of linking our research community, linking our computing centers, linking our universities. And of course, my main reason today to speak to you is indeed the Bella initiative. First, because of the multilateral nature of this initiative, which involves many partners. And also, it's a very innovative model because it builds on a public-private partnership. It builds on the idea that this infrastructure can also be profitable. It links on the idea that, as we are doing, there can be public support on our side and other public support to make it a reality. And even in the current pandemic, which is really inflicting a grave damage to our economies, the Bella submarine optic cable is on track and will become a reality next year. So really, I mean, I see next year with a lot of hope, not only because I hope we will be in a different world, but we will be in a different era in terms of our cooperation. Bella will be the new digital data highway between Europe and Latin America. The two regions will never be so close, and the Bella cable is becoming really the link between these two important parts of the world. And the two landing sites, Fortaleza in Brazil and Sines in Portugal, are almost ready. And over the last 24 months, my services have held bilateral dialogues with a lot of Latin American friends and partners, which have expressed great interest in collaborating and making sure that through the Bell initiative, we can also link, as I was saying, high-performance computing, data centers, and really make it the motor of a very, very important long-term community and partnership. The investment being made in Bella will have a major impact for the potential cooperation in all the data economy. Data is really the fuel for economic recovery. When looking at how we can exit this crisis, really we have to look at data economy as being one of the most important answers. And when you see how our recovery plan, our 800 billion euros recovery plan is designed, it's designed on two priorities. One priority has been the green economy, the other one is the digital economy, and two priorities working together. So data is the fuel, and data is also one of the big answers of how to get out of the pandemic. Digital transformation, of course, is a global scale. It touches every economy, and it is of relevance for the rich and the poor. And there cannot be any difference. I mean, rich and poor have to have the same chances. That's one of the most important goals inside the European Union. When it comes to the research community, no research community should be left behind. No research community should be denied the use of the most advanced tools, for instance, I mean, advanced software, data analytics, and supercomputing. And that's why, to make it a reality, beyond any type of speech, we need connectivity. The connectivity that RedCLARA, Jean are providing, and now, I mean, we are capable to link all of this. We also have observed what are the shortcomings on not going in this direction, not having enough connectivity, not having enough inclusion. Then you immediately see emerging a two-speed society. And even more in this pandemic, those that are connected are really left out of the society. And the countries that struggle with the digitization connectivity risk to be behind. That's why no one should be left behind in this. And that's why the cooperation is so important to achieve this goal. This crisis has showed also the potential of digitization. Maybe this is, I mean, in many respects, this is a real drama for all of us, for our families, for our friends, for our society. The small little thing I can see of positive, but especially looking at the future, is that it has pushed our society and economy in an unprecedented digitization process, which it probably would have taken 20, 30 years to get here, to get where we are now, to get where all students now are connected online, public administration are working online, large corporations are working online, and have many, many examples of how digital infrastructure are important to keep our society together. Now, when, as I said, looking at the digital and inclusion, we have to do everything which is possible to avoid that the new digital divide beyond what already exists is emerging. And I'm particularly talking about the new technologies. I'm particularly talking about artificial intelligence. I'm particularly talking about high-performance computing. Those technologies need to be used for the common good, not for few rich entrepreneurs in some part of the world. These are part of a new common capital of the humanity. When I think, for instance, at high-performance computing and what we can do to understand planet Earth, and when I think about artificial intelligence, what we can do in use it in medicine, this gives me a lot of hope that through cooperation, we can use those technologies for the benefit of everybody. We would like to start from connectivity, but then moving to a more profound cooperation among ourselves that really looks at application in the area of observing and understanding our Earth, understanding better how the human body functions, understanding better how to improve communities and how to make society more resilient. It's fair to say that we have been taken by surprise by this crisis. We thought to be a very safe society, a society which was more or less immune from any risk, because it was the society based on knowledge, the society based on data, the society based on evidence. This crisis has shown how little we know. This crisis has shown how much and how hard we have to work. This crisis has shown that alone will not go very far. So for us, this is the beginning of a season where we would like to have a much deeper understanding of processes. For instance, when it comes to modeling pandemic, we struggle every day in Europe to understand the data, to predict what will come tomorrow. We have used many models and we are understanding more. But we also know we are at the beginning of understanding complex systems. As temperature an effect, as pollution an effect on the pandemic, as population movement and density an effect, have all these parameters together an effect. This is immensely complex. The more we understand it, the more we will be ready in the future. We have all our supercomputers today busy in finding solutions when it comes to antiviral that can fight the virus. And also, we are trying to model the immune system of the body. These, again, are immense and complex tasks. If we would be ready, we would have many more answers that we have today, but we are not ready. And we cannot find this answer from commercial companies. These are commercial companies with the capital C. They do things with the data which are about extracting money. And, okay, we live in a society which is perfectly normal that this happens. But when we look at research community, there are the communities where data in artificial intelligence computing have to be used for common good. So I do hope that the Bella cable is just the beginning of a much more solid cooperation between Latin America and Europe. I do hope that all the participants to this conference see this opportunity, will seize this opportunity. You can rest reassured from our side, from the European Commission side, beside the Bella project, there's a long-term commitment to work with you, to engage with you with partners, to go out of this crisis and to continue for the benefit of the future generations. Thank you very much for your attention.
We truly appreciate your words. We thank you. We will be looking forward to stretching our relationships, trying to connect more countries, including my own, to the Bella project, and work together for the benefit of the common good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good conference.